That should have scared me more than it did. Instead, some strange, hopeful part of me wanted to believe it really was magic. That my mother had found some way to reach me from beyond, to keep talking to me, to keep being my mother even after death, defying every rule of biology and physics just to stay a little longer in my life. Grief makes you want to believe in impossible things. It makes the impossible feel like comfort instead of danger, like a door left open instead of a trap sprung shut. That afternoon, I did something I probably shouldn't have. I went to the library and looked through old newspaper archives for our town, searching for anything about strange recordings, haunted objects, families losing loved ones under odd circumstances. It felt silly even as I typed the search terms into the microfilm computer. Most of what came up was nothing. Obituaries, church bake sale announcements, a decades-old article about a house fire 2 streets over from where my mother used to live. But one small clipping caught my eye. It was from almost 40 years ago, barely 2 paragraphs long, buried on page 9 of a local paper that didn't exist anymore. The headline read, "Local woman's death ruled accidental after months of strange behavior." The article was thin on details, the kind of vague small-town reporting that leaves more questions than answers. But it mentioned a woman named Eleanor Voss who had, according to neighbors, become withdrawn and obsessed with an old recording in the months before she was found dead in her home. No cause of death was listed. The article ended abruptly, as if the reporter had been told to stop asking questions. I stared at that clipping for a long time. I told myself it meant nothing. Coincidences happen. Old towns have old tragedies, dozens of them, buried in every issue of every dead newspaper. But I wrote down the name anyway, Eleanor Voss, on a scrap of paper I folded into my pocket, and I didn't throw it away for a long, long time. I decided to listen again that night. I told myself I needed to understand it, to know what it was before I could decide whether to be afraid. I think, really, I just wasn't ready to stop hearing her voice yet, and I was looking for permission to keep listening.